and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles under the lights on Sunday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. But we got a great one in store as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
Here's Prescott. And right away, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
A dump off to Elliott. Able to power through. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. To throw is Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
He's got it in. That's caught. Left sideline. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 9. They go play action with Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 18. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Smith catches left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round of the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Jordan Davis. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing just outside his own goal line. That's returnable now for Smith. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Now inside the 25. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. 56 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nolan Smith, what a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Prescott to throw it. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll It'll be a third and about 13. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Smith to return it. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Running again with Barkley on second down. Oh, twisting away. And he's got room. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. It's Barkley on the counter. Shifts by at the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it first and 10. He'll get this to Elliott. No gain on the play. And it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he stopped immediately there. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third and 10. Prescott now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame. And anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And they'll come up second and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys 16. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So his big first half continues, his third touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Jordan Davis able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's fielded at the 34. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 176 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They'll go to Barkley again. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's a give to Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's caught on the right side at Smith. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The kick by Elliott is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Throwing, Prescott. In trouble, and he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Prescott. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. But now there is a penalty marker on the field. So let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the Packers who get the win at home. Jaden Reed leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these 2 teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon God.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On third down, Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 210 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Again, it's Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. A handoff to Barkley. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Saquon Barkley shrugs him off. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Shipley is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Prescott from the gun. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 35, here's second down and a yard. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Things have certainly gone their way in this one, largely thanks to the efforts of their running game. As we scroll through some of these highlights, this has been a master class on how to run the football. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, right at the 30. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Barkley. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Here's 3rd and 3. Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. They'll run with Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 3. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. Muscles him off. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big pickup there for the Eagles first down, 18 yards. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. This is Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it to Cooks. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8. On the draw, this is Barkley. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Second and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal.
And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. And they'll accept that penalty. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll look to throw here. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it second down. To throw is Prescott. Steps, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it would appear that that first round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Up the middle with Barkley. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll go to Barkley again. 20. Still going. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history. Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was up.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And bulldozing his way through. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Even with the good gain, I thought they might accept that one.
Yeah, you thought maybe they'd go with the downs as opposed to the yardage. So if you're taking the yardage now, 2nd and less than 5, that tells me you feel good about how your offense is working.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Yet another touchdown run for him, and this one is going to put his name in the NFL record books. He's now set the new bar for most rushing touchdowns in a single game. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. One last shot now for Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the Eagles season will continue at least one more week. Thanks for watching, and so long, everybody.